ready for this.
From the stadium and to Ellen Road we stand. Red and white meets a Yorkshire band. North meets north with a rival twist. We clash, we joke, you get the gist. Bridging the gap, it's the weekly show. Sunderland Leeds, let the banter flow. Two clubs, two hearts, but we still chat. Laughing and shouting where the football's at. Only fools in SAFC. And imagine not being Leeds. That's way.
Now then, everybody, welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds, and welcome back to the latest edition of Bridging the Gap, where a Leeds fan and a Sunderland fan speak about all things their clubs. How are you doing, Wayne?
I'm not bad, thanks, mate. Good to see you again. Been looking forward to this one, to be fair. I don't know why. It's been a good weekend for you and a not so good weekend for us, but as always, looking forward to it, mate. How's you? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Thank you. Always nice to see your bonny face, mate. I can't lie.
Obviously.
As you can see, look at Wayne now with his nice merchandise as well, mate. Absolutely. I don't know if any Leeds fans want to buy any, but got to congratulate you there on a fine bit of kit there, mate. That was class, that. So, do you want to tell them stories? Somebody who sits a few rows behind you, somewhere at the stadium.
So there's a lad who sits behind me. I didn't even know I watched the videos. He reached out on Instagram about a fortnight ago. So he said, you know, I've been watching the videos. I've seen you want to do some merchandise. I'm a sales egg for Avec. I can help you put some stuff together. Sent him the badge. He put some designs together. Sent us these. I've got these kind of just as kind of samples, really. And from there, they look proper smart. I mean, even if nobody buys them, I've got my own private range just for myself. So
sleeping in them, right, Wayne? Just sleeping in them.
Of course I am. I haven't took it off.
But I could smell something funky, mate. Yeah, that's cool.
Well, nice.
You look snazzy, mate. You do look really good, buddy. Just a quick, and then let's get through. See who's in the house. Tezza, as always. How you doing, mate? Thank you for tuning in. Hey up, Dave. Let's go, guys. Smash a like on your way in and subscribe if you haven't already. And Wayne's link is in the description. So if anyone wants to go over there and keep tabs on Sunderland, because it's been a nice little rivalry at times this season. Me and Wayne are good mates, and we do this on his channel as well every other week. So go subscribe over there if you like what you hear. Philip Armitage, how you doing? Bremner, evening all. How you doing, pal? Terrific thumbnail, best ever, says Ted Garron. Well, this man gets the credit for it. Credit for it. I think with the help of AI, don't get me wrong, but you've got to give Wayne credit. It's AI. I'm super excited for this one, Johnny Frog. Thank you so much. Matty hasn't gone through puberty yet. No, I'm still not sure. I have, Steve. I'm not going to lie. Honestly, Johnny, they say the nicest things, you really do. And yeah, Wayne wants you to be gentle with him. I don't know. They got hammered by somebody who we really didn't need them to get hammered by. So we'll get into that, I'm sure. Your buddy and your buddy, how you both doing? You're both good, John. Thank you. Brett says, evening, lads. Been on a down in the last few days. The Sunderland formation, tactics, player selection, and performances is the first time this season I've been left disappointed and angry. Yeah, and totally avoidable. Yeah, you would agree with that. Let's start with you anyway. Hey up, Angela. Hope you well, love. Let's start with that then, Wayne. Let's go to your game away at the London Stadium against West Ham. As a Leeds fan looking in, you've annoyed me at times this season, Sunderland. You know, if you're not going for players, we're going for it summer. You're newly promoted, too far in front. All attention were on Sunderland early days, and a nightmare. Although some Leeds fans don't want to talk about it, but you know, I like you, but you've got on my tits a little bit. I won't lie, pal.
Just a
little bit. And then, you know, yeah, not too bad. We played you away, got a point. I was quite happy. And then all of a sudden, you got to West Ham. Do us a favour, please, Sunderland. You know, do it. And you just absolutely fall flat. So do you want to touch on? Yeah, I mean, you like Brett says, you weren't happy with the formation, the lineup. You weren't really happy with anything. This is a one game this season. You look at, I think Labrie definitely got it wrong.
Right, big style. I know we've said he hasn't really got it wrong too many times this season, but you know, when you've got your players back from AFCON, you've got pretty much a full strength team to pick from, apart from probably a couple of players, and you try and shoehorn players into the side just because, you know, you want them in the team, like Trey Hume as a right winger stroke midfield player. I mean, for me, just doesn't work. You know.
No.
And then when you got Granit Xhaka missing, which was a big blow, you then put Enzo Lafayette in the middle as well, which again we know he's not strong enough to play in there. But when you've got likes of Getrauda sitting on the bench and Habib Diarra's back as well, I just didn't get it. You know, when you've got West Ham with two wingers as good as they are, with Somerville and Bourne, you would think you would probably play a back back three with wing backs just to negate that a little bit. We just got absolutely tortured all game by their wingers. Reinildo got tortured like 2 seconds before the goal came. Somerville gets his goal, smallest bloke on the pitch, get beat out with Tyler centre half, like unreal. And just poor all around. I mean, a 4-4-2, you never ever see that formation there anyway, do you? A 4-4-2. And
really.
The wingers like say Trey Hume never got in the game. Mundell played and was trying to run through players type of thing. It's like just frustrating all around. And like I know West Ham on a bit of a resurgence, that they won the last 2 games before playing us, but we just played into their hands. We just played right into their hands by, letting them dominate. I mean, second half was a little bit better, but the first half was absolutely terrible. Like,
yeah, I mean, obviously the big news was Jaka. I mean, off the bat, is he out for a while longer, or what have you heard?
There's rumours. I mean, he's got to have 2 weeks complete rest because of this ankle injury, but there's varying rumours that it could be anywhere between 2 and 6 weeks. I mean, he was down there on Saturday. He was down there.
Scrapping with fans.
Honestly,
he's one passionate man in me. Honestly, Jesus wept.
To be fair, I think it was something to do that fan. There was 2 different stories, and it wasn't the fans' version, which is the correct version. Apparently, this fan said something towards Jaka's kind of homeland and something to do with that, and obviously didn't go down too well. So Jaka quite rightly took offence at that. So, but he was a massive blow. I hope it's not the 6 weeks that everybody's predicting. But we've got players who can play, Matty. The fact that we just played the wrong team on Saturday.
Would you rather, Wayne, in a parallel universe, have Jaka playing and no AFCON players, or have your AFCON players and then go, see you later, Jaka, for 5-6 weeks? What would you rather have?
I think I'd probably have Jaka to be fair.
I tell you, like you say, you're never going to have a fully fit squad, really. It never happens, does it? Obviously, it's a bit of a sickness for you having the AFCON players go, and then all of a sudden, you said it. A lot of Sunderland fans have been quite excited. You've held the fort. You've held the fort for as long as you can. You've got on back. You've kept yourself in a decent position now to go attack. With a January window potentially, which I'm still waiting for some big business from you guys. Obviously, Jaka then goes out, and it sort of halted that momentum that you probably expected to maybe kick on again now, didn't you, Wayne?
Big style. See it, and I don't know. Just hoping that doesn't make us a one-man team. He's not missed a game this season, and as soon as he's out, we're going to get tanked 3-1. So, I know we're not a one-man team. We've got some good players in there, but you've got to pick the side and set the formation up, to suit. And he just got it totally wrong. Which he's still learning himself, Lebrie. But the fact that he's waited till we're getting beat, 2 and 3 before he changed it. To me, it could have been changed after the second goal. He did it at Man United. He changed the formation when it wasn't working. For me, that was the perfect time to get into a back 3. Yeah. And if we'd gotten the goal we got a bit earlier, it might have been game on, or you didn't get 3-0 down. I mean, I think that's the first time in 5 years that West Ham's been 3-0 at half time. I mean, in a team who's threatening relegation, that's just shit. It's just absolutely shit.
I mean, what would you, as a Leeds fan, obviously want to know a little bit more about what you think about West Ham's resurgence. They've won 3 on a bounce, including a cup game. Did you look at them and think they won't go down? Leeds have something to fear, if you're honest. What did you think?
I thought, it was a bit of both. I mean, we were terrible, but I thought they actually played well. I think now they've got Somerville in a bit of form, and obviously Bourne is a good player. And I think the signings have made them 2 centre forwards to sign. That is a Tatty they've signed. I don't know, we set a name as Castellanos, and the other one, Pablo. They seem to have brought a little bit of competition to the side as well. So,
yeah, of course.
From what I've seen on Saturday, I think they've got a good chance of staying up. I did a podcast with a West Ham fan before the game, E20's on TV, and they were saying that they saw Saturday as a must-win. They'd beat QPR, they'd beat Spurs, and then if they beat us in the early kickoff, it then puts pressure on the teams above them. So, and that's exactly what they did. And to be fair, if they keep on playing the way they are playing like that, they'll win more games than they lose at the end of the season till the end of the season. But I don't know. I mean, from what I seen of you last night, I still think you will be fine. Like first half, especially. For me, Forest and Palace are the one. I think Palace are really in danger. Me.
Yeah, it's a bit of mad. We'll get into transfer business because Forest and Palace have a little bit of moving pieces that do affect Leeds and could aid them. But just sort of touching your striking options. Obviously, I heard rumours that Isidore has been wanted by the clubs. I don't know if that's we'll get into transfer bits after, but obviously Brobe is sort of coming to his own, gets another goal. You know me, going back 5-6 weeks, I didn't massively rate him. I thought against Leeds he had a few flashes, but didn't look composed enough in front of goal. All of a sudden, he's got his shooting boots on. I think he's sort of turned the tide a little bit at your place, hasn't he?
To be fair, Matty, I don't think, he's been getting up to full speed, but the fact is we didn't create enough chances. If he was in your team, the chances you create, he'd probably get, double figures before now end of the season. We didn't get him in the game enough, and it just shows you the goals he has scored this season. They've all been good goals. That the goal he scored on Saturday was a great header and from a great cross, but we just didn't do it enough. 99% of the time he's feeding off scraps, and we didn't get him in the game. His hold-up play is brilliant. We just need to get more chances created. But our main issue is on the wings. We've got the creativity on the wings is non-existent.
I think
our three best crosses. Go on, mate. And we're saying our three best crosses this season. Two of them has been from our fullback. So.
Yeah, I mean, you've done some great business, mate, as I've lauded all season, and it's playing for everyone to see, really. But the wings, that you 25 million on Adingra, 25 on Talby. Yeah. I don't know, Talby's probably done okay at times. I know Adingra scored the goal against Leeds, and flash of brilliance, looks a talent, but that's a lot of money gambled on two wingers. That, don't get me wrong, we spent 16 million quid on Okafor, and sometimes those flair players take a little bit longer to adjust. Your Talby and Adingra are very young players. They've got something, they've got talent, but it's 50 million quid. Maybe you could have invested maybe a little bit better. Do you agree? Or
I think Talby will come good. I think before he went to AFCON, he was looking, he was getting better with every game. And he's good defensively as well. He tracks back. Adingra, I'm not convinced whatsoever. Apart from that goal he scored against you, he's done absolutely nought. Honestly, he's done nothing. He's too weak. He's too lightweight. He can't get past the player. He's easily bullied off the ball. Obviously, we must have seen something in for to pay 25 million quid. But from what I said, when he was at Brighton, he looked good. So I didn't know if it's because he's not settled in the area yet, or he's still getting used to life in Sunderland. But the reason why he hasn't been playing, as Radis de Brees has said, his tracking back is non-existent, which doesn't fit into the way we play. So, I mean, I don't know whether you read something the other day where you're saying it. Apparently, Real Madrid were linked with him. It was like, fucking hell, I'd fly the plane there myself. You know what I mean? Like, really, some crazy stories that are flying around.
No, that is mad, that, mate. Obviously, you've got Burnley next as well. So, I mean, Burnley, I think you've got, is it Arsenal, Liverpool, something like that. Obviously Burnley say we'll move on to a bit of a preview after, but very similar to Leeds, mate. At some point, these draws need to turn into. I know obviously you lost 3-1, but you've got a lot of draws in this run. You've had a decent run, not many losses, but way too many draws. And sort of moving on to us now, mate. We pick up another draw yesterday at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Fuming with that second half, I ain't gonna lie.
Imagine.
I'm not. Don't get me wrong. There's been some wild takes, mate. There might be a few in here tonight. There's been some wild takes of like starting to question Farken again, and I think you can question him for that second half. I don't think you need to question his job security right now. I don't think it's the time. It's a really good run we're on. Problem is, like I seen Simon Jordan say as well today, like too many draws. And it only takes a couple of wins from someone like West Ham when you start bridging that gap. From been on an unbeaten run for as long as we did, and then obviously in Newcastle. The stat today I've seen that's come out, mate, 15 points dropped from winning positions for Leeds United,
Flip from us. We're the ones that do the opposite, where you get 16 from losing. It's mad, isn't it?
It's crazy. And you think, mate, like even if we'd have had 5 or 6 of them points the other way around, if we'd have held on at Newcastle, if we'd have held on yesterday and got maybe 4 or 5 points more, we're pushing, we're up near you, then we're pushing top 10 and we're not even looking at relegation. So it were really, I was gutted yesterday. I mean, I thought the side looked very defensive for Leeds, the lineup, but I think it proved he got the lineup right. I thought first half, when I think for an away performance, it were right up there. I think it one of the best away performances of the season for me. I thought from a neutral, mate, how good did Brendan Aronson look? Every time he gets the ball on that left-hand side, he looks a threat, doesn't he?
To be fair, like first half, I thought you were outstanding first half. I mean, Jayden Bogle bombing forward and all, and James Justin and all, like the two fullbacks, they must have had about 3 or 4 shots each just in the first 15, 20 minutes. So I thought he was going to win the game comfortably. I was surprised. Probably if you get more than the one goal in the first half, you're going to win the game. But it's always the same when you didn't capitalise on your chances. DCL hits the post, don't you, as well? So I thought you were going to win that game comfortably. Second half, Everton, as you would expect, came into the game, but I can see why you're disappointed. I thought, based on the first half performance, the game should have probably been won and out of sight.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Like I say, it's disappointing to go 1-up again. When you're on top in Premier League, you need to, take your chances and try and bury the other side. 1-0 up it's never out of sight, and the tactics of Farke. It's the first time, Wayne, since before City. Because since City, we know it's been a revelation. Even in-game management, which is a one thing that we criticise Farke for over everything. In-game management, poor. His lack of flexibility, his lack of substitutions and poor timings of substitutions. That's been a thing of the past in the last couple of months. Then all of a sudden, it's like going back to, before City. And, I mean, let's be fair. The boys look knackered at about 70 minutes. They brought on Tanaka on 65, but then we didn't bring another 3 subs on until 85 minutes, reactive, waiting until they'd sort of scored before we start snapping it again. And, you look at that bench, you've got Metcher, who just got a winner against Fulham, riding high, didn't even seat pitch, mate. You've got Metcher, Nonto, Okafor, Tanaka, Longstaff. You've got so many players on that bench where you think he's actually got a bench that he should be able to trust to come on and make a difference. Because for me, that second half, as soon as it started, they changed shape. They brought on Dewsbury Hall. They brought on, all of a sudden, they had, 2 or 3 really good attacking options.
Bombing forward, weren't they, right?
Yeah, and you could see the game, the momentum switch, and it took us all game to try and get to. I thought the last 5 minutes we sort of started to get a foot on the ball again, but by that point it was sort of gone, and there were only going to be 1 goal in that second half to assign it were going to be Everton, wasn't it?
I totally agree. I mean, I don't know why that was. It's managers are strange, isn't they? They can get things bang on one week, or they can go weeks and weeks and weeks by getting everything spot on, and then suddenly they just seem to not see what's in front of them. Like, we could, as a fan, you can see what's happening. You can see that Everton are getting on top. You can see that they say us with West Ham at the weekend. You can see what the issues are, but then just choose not to change it. Like, I didn't get it. Like, it's frustrating as a fan. I know you put your trust in the manager to get, you think they know what they're doing, but like last night, that first half and second half was chalk and cheese. Really, I mean, once they had changed their formation, he should have reacted to that and all the things himself, but he just didn't. And like you say, waited till they scored and then did something about it.
Yeah,
they are. That's what John W has just been saying. I've just been saying.
Yeah, like I say, I thought obviously it's post us DCL, but it could have, would have, should have been, 3 or 4. We were that dominant in that first half, and I keep saying, Wayne, there's no way we're going to get dragged into a relegation battle because of how I feel watching my team play. Yeah, it was a rough 45 second half, but I just get this feeling like, look at the togetherness. We do play really good football. It's not direct boring football. We can play some good stuff. But then you look at the table and you see it being 6 points. Don't get me wrong, you may as well say 7 with goal difference. We've got like a 12 swing. But you look at them, obviously winning back-to-back games. And we've got Arsenal next at the weekend. And you do start to panic a little bit thinking, especially, if we don't get the players we're linked with and the window pitters out like it did in the summer. Do you think we've got all to worry about is what I'm asking? If you're honest, do you think there's a little doubt now creeping in or not?
Well, there's always going to be doubt there, Matty, just because of the points difference. Until you start putting a run together and, like you say, picking a few wins on a trot, which looked like you were going to start doing, then it's always going to be in the back of your mind. And especially if West Ham start winning, and Forest are a team as well who on the day can probably beat anybody. So it's a difficult one. I mean, if I was a Leeds fan, I would still be heavily looking over my shoulder, no doubt about it. But like I said before, the way you are playing, you don't play like a relegation threatened side. When you watch your Wolves or you watch your Burnley,
that's it.
They're not playing with confidence. You look like a team that do play with confidence and do look as we're going to score goals. So,
yeah, I mean, if we went down, Wayne, we'd be one of the better sides to go down because, like I say, the way we play football, it's really attractive, and we are going on like decent little runs, but they are too many draws. Like you say, if you lose one and draw 3 and then lose one, it only takes West Ham to win 2 on bounce, and all of a sudden they've closed that gap, no matter how well you've played for a stretch of 4 or 5 games. And very similar to you, we haven't won many games, even though it looks a decent run.
That's right.
And away from home, you get a point, happy days. I mean, we've took 4 points off Everton this season. That's not a bad return off an established Premier League club anyway, is it?
Nah, not at all. And that's the frustrating thing. You can have all the nice performances you want on paper, but when you're not picking points up, it counts for naught. And that's the frustrating. You have to win. I mean, for both of us, our home form has been absolutely massive, because our away form is absolutely shocking. I think we've only scored 7 goals away from home all season, which is just totally not good enough. And any points that you pick away from are a bonus, but you've still got to pick up a couple of them wins away from home. I know we've beat Chelsea and what have you, and we've had a couple of big wins, but like, is that us? Aye.
This is you, mate. So I got these up early. So obviously your home form, when you sat in 5th, unbeaten. I mean, look at that: 6 wins, 5 draws, unbeaten. Only 9 conceded, 18. You've scored over 2 points per game at home. Outstanding. Away from home, it's a different story for you guys, isn't it? I mean,
it's terrible.
Sat 15th, higher up than us. We're 18th. We're in the relegation zone for away form. But yeah, I mean, at home, and obviously you've got Burnley at home next. That looks to be, for me, a banker win, an absolute banker.
Well, we know what happens there on paper. If anybody can take our unbeaten record, it'll probably be them on Monday night, because that's just what happens in football, isn't it? You get all these good results, and Burnley rock up, and then they can beat you. So, for us, all season when we've lost, we've always bounced back with a positive result. So, I'm hoping that's the case on Monday, and obviously you'll be all rooting for us to beat them as well on Monday night as well. So.
You better do, yeah. I mean, we're not too arsed on Burnley, but it is another side who are below us who, you never know. So yeah, just go do the business, Wayne. Stop fucking about, mate. So what I'll say is, are you concerned at the lack of clean sheets of late? 4 games without a clean sheet. Obviously, conceded 8 in the last 3? No, 7 in the last 3. Is that a concern? Because obviously, Big Dan Ballard come back. You wanted him back. You missed him. Let's be fair. I really rate Ballard. I think he's class. But he's come back in, and you've been conceding goals. Is that due to Ballard? Is it due to his fitness, or is it just due to being out of form a little bit?
It's not Ballard's he was probably one of our best players at West Ham and all, to be fair. It's just, I think it's just a case of it's what's in front of him. When you set the team up and you're getting attacked like we were, there's only so much you can do as one man, and it's away from home. The 3 poor goals we conceded against Brentford, 3 again at the weekend against West Ham. Away from home, it's really poor. When you think about, we've based our season so far on that strong defensive record. And if you start conceding that many goals, we don't score that many, so that's a massive concern. I'm just happy we've got that many points on the board now, that we might only want another 2 or 3 wins to get us out of the line. But I'm just hoping that the good start of the season doesn't really count for now. I just didn't want us to tail off. I want us to keep on going with this momentum, and I want us to now kick on and finish higher again. So I just hope that you've seen the next 2 games after Burnley. We've got Arsenal away and then Liverpool at home. Liverpool is a dodgy game. If Liverpool turn up on the day, they'll beat you. That's I know they're having a bit of an indifferent run at the minute, but the fact is they're one of the best teams in Europe on the day. So.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Like I said, there's this thing with Liverpool, isn't there? Because, even a little bit like with scum for us, Man United, like at certain times, it's still a game what you can't quite tick. When you're going through your fixtures, it's not a game, Liverpool, no matter what form they're in, you don't look at that and go, yeah, it's a win. You look at it and go, they're not quite at it, maybe we can get somewhere. But if they turn up and play half decent, there's a massive possibility they could beat. Yeah, I mean, you look at that though. I know the tough games, especially Liverpool at home, and even Fulham, on the day, decent. Harry Wilson, obviously we beat them last weekend, but they're a good side of Fulham. 3 home games in the next 4. That is massive for you, because we've seen whether it's Chelsea, whether it's Arsenal, well, not Chelsea, Arsenal, whoever comes to the stadium like this season, they've only left with, the maximum, a point. No one's beating you there. So that's got to give you a lot of confidence. I don't think you go unbeaten at home. I think you'll lose 1 or 2 at home at some point. It may not be in this run, and like you say, you might only be a couple of wins off sort of securing that Premier League status first, which you've always aimed for. Let's get that first, and then what else is a bonus? You may get that in the next 3 home games, pal.
Possibly, I mean, there's every chance. It'll all depend how we react on Monday. If we get a good result Monday, a good performance, and we get a win, then everything's back on track. But just this week, there's been a lot of. Probably I know I've got quite a few pelters on my channel for my video, but like there's been a little bit of negativity this week just around that performance and the way we set up and how badly wrong we got it. Now, it's only happened a few times this season. We only lost 6 games all season, so to put it in perspective, you're hoping it's just a blip and it's just one of them games where he got it wrong and we bounce back on Monday. But if the worst was to happen, you then get beat against Burnley, you've then gone into them 2 games with Arsenal and Liverpool, all of a sudden, you're on a really bad run, you know what I mean? So I'm just hoping we'll bounce back Monday. I think we will beat Burnley, to be fair. I think we'll have too much for them. From what I've seen in the season, I think we will beat them. But there's always that danger in the back of your mind. If it doesn't go into plan, it's a banana skin because they're fighting for their lives, and you've got to match that fight. You've got to match that hunger. And if we didn't, then there's a chance you can get turned over.
100%, mate. This could be a bit of a mini reset for you now. You know, it's sort of gone a little bit stale last few weeks. You're conceding goals. Burnley at home for you guys is a great. If you could have picked a fixture to play this weekend, bar Wolves, you're probably picking Burnley being second bottom at home. You know, hopefully keep a clean sheet and bang a couple of goals and you just set that momentum going again before some really tough games. So I think it's a great fixture for you. Like B. Laney says here, who'd have thought we'd be the only Premier League team unbeaten at home, especially being newly promoted?
Right.
It's been fantastic. It's been absolutely fantastic season for you. Like I say, honestly, what an achievement it is as it is. But if you go the full season unbeaten, every time mate, I mean that'd be something. I don't even know if that's ever been done before. By newly promoted side, like probably.
I wouldn't have thought not the whole season. I don't think so, but it's just an unreal achievement. But like that bad performance on Saturday, if Jaka is going to be out for 6 weeks, it'll be interesting to see where we are in 5-6 weeks to see what then run of games pan out like and see what happens. Because you know, I don't believe for 1 second we're a one-man team, but he has a massive impact on the side when he's not there. So it's time for the other players to now step up. And the ones that want to play and have been stating they claim to play, they've got to step up to the plate.
Yeah, we've said a lot, haven't we? He's one of the best signings in Premier League this season, and definitely your best signing by far, most influential player. Without him in your side, period, you're probably 6, 7, 8 points lower than where you are. I think not a one-man team, no, but he's your most important player, mate. And we've all got them. We've all got the most important players for our club, and the ones you don't want to lose. And Jaka's right up there. Not only is he a defensive sort of monster in there, he's also got that quality on ball as well. He's the perfect midfield. He can do it all, can't he, Jaka? I would have loved to have signed him. He was one that I was definitely jealous of when you got him over the line. I just sort of want to touch on, before I go on a bit more Leeds bits, I just want to sort of mention, obviously, at the minute, you've had people go out on AFCON, you've got a few injuries, so you've had to play 2 or 3 of your championship players. So obviously, I always bang on to you, don't I? It's a squad game. I don't want no excuses. And you're first to say no excuses. You said it was Jaka. Obviously, there's a reason you want your best players to play without them. You're weaker, obviously, but no excuses. You've got a squad. You've spent loads of money. It's on you to make sure you've got enough. Is there a bit of it in terms of Leeds have obviously gone to Premier League and used probably 4 or 5 of our championship players as starters. When you bring in 3 or 4 of your championship players, is it a case of Leeds' championship players, based on the points, are better than your championship players? Because I look at it and go, when you come up with it, you shouldn't have a whole 11 with no championship play. You should have 2 or 3 in there because I've got you up there. Surely it's improbable to come up and buy a brand new 11. You almost did that, bar a couple. But when you bring in some of your championship players, you really struggle. Whereas Leeds, is it just we've got better championship players last year, as it proved in the fact?
Well, I think that's proved in where we finished last season, didn't it? You know, your side was massively better than our side last season because of the points that you got. And I think bar Dan Ballard, you probably, Enzo Lafia was on loan as well, and bar them 2, you struggle to see any of them that's made the step up, to be fair. Patterson never getting a look in. Tria Hume has stepped up, to be fair, but for me, if everybody's fully fit, he doesn't get in our side. Chris Rigg, not kicked on, not getting a look in. Dan Neil's gone today. He's gone on loan at Ipswich. So
has he gone? Great signing for Ipswich.
That's a massive signing for them. He'll do a cracking job for them. Gone there on loan. Apart from that, Isidore, he's not really getting a game now. He's fell out of favour. There's talk of him being away before the window closes as well. But he's all right. But he's not. He's one of them. As where do you play him? Because he's not a prolific goal scorer, and he won't play him off the left hand side. So it's where do you put him in the team? He's good to come off the bench. You know, when you want to change the dynamic a little bit because he's got pace, different type of play to Bobby. But it's where do you play him to start? Mayenda not getting a game, fell out of favour. Mundell has just come back from injury. He's still getting the speed, but he's another one. I'm not convinced that he's Premier League class either. So the reason why they spent the money was the fact that we obviously knew and thought that these players wouldn't be good enough to play in the Premier League.
Yeah, no, that's fair, mate. That's fair. The system worked well when we started Robbie, then brought on Isidore for that pace
Right.
late on in the game. So Steve, yeah, and that's probably way forward for you guys, isn't it? Let's have a look at a few of these comments that I've highlighted about. I'll go this one there. Regis Labrie picking his best mates over quality, playing Hume over Diarra, Mundell over Talbot, Mayender over Adingra, never played 4-4-2 all season. What's he thinking? He's had some stick.
This is what I'm thinking. I'm saying, like, all of a sudden, like, there's been that little bit of criticism and negativity around Regis Labrie on that, but you know, I'm not going to give him pelters. Yes, he got it wrong, and I know I voiced my opinion after the game on Saturday. But you've just got to not overreact, have you? You've got to wait and see what happens in the next couple of games. If Jaka is going to be out, and then we'll reserve judgment. Then, you know, to only lose 6 games so far this season, he's got more right than what he's got wrong. So it's just a case of not having that knee-jerk reaction. Yes, in the moment, everybody's angry and pissed off, and yes, he got it wrong. But let's hope he puts it right on Monday.
Yeah, it's hard, mate. You're so level-headed with stuff as well. Like I say, I watch your reviews every time you do a video, and like I say, you're reviewing the game you've just watched. And a lot of people forget that. You know, they go, you know, you're critiquing what you've just seen as an emotional fan who's angry with that performance. You're not talking about, you know, the result against Arsenal. You're not talking about the going in at Chelsea. You've done those reviews. You spoke about that. On the whole, you're absolutely delighted. If you lose to Burnley, on the whole, still delighted, but fuming with that. You know, it's one of them. So a lot of people forget that. So I see now and again you do get some pelters, and very unjust for me, very unjust. But that's me saying a little bit anyway.
You always get these fans in the fan base, Matty, where like, because we've spent 155 million quid and we have had a fantastic season, doesn't mean that these players and this manager is above criticism. You know, and like I said, like as you just said there, in the moment, I'll praise when they've done well, and I will criticize when I think it's just. And on Saturday, criticism was justified. But I say on the whole, I'm buzzing where we are this season. But on a game-by-game basis, you just speak as you find.
Exactly. Exactly, mate. Get Mundell dropped here. Shite, says Harvey. I love that. You shite. Let me just get into a few here. So, question here for me from Harvey. Question for my DCL and Metcalf showed they can score goals. Why are you after another striker? I will be honest. It will be injury worries. It is also about raising the quality in certain areas. We're still light there. We've got 3 strikers, 4 if you include Okafor, but 3 strikers, who are available. Piro's not fancied, so really we've only got 2. And obviously, if we lose DCL, as much as he's not our best player, he's probably our most important player because we lose him. Metcha, I think, has done brilliant, but you're asking a lot for Metcha to come in, who also has injury concerns and produce what DCL's been doing. It's been great off the bench as Metcha, but as a 2, they've been, pound for pound, 2 of the best signings as well in the league. 15 goals between them, both free signings. You've got Brozier going to, Burnley for 20 million quid and only scoring a goal, 1 goal this season. So we've proven that we've identified the right players, brought them in, and they've been fantastic. But you can't rest on your laurels. I would say, obviously, Strand Larsen, moving on to him now, for us, he's not worth 40 million, says Brett, and I get that, right? I don't think anyone's worth 40 million. Maybe Wayne. I love Wayne. He's worth 40 million. So is his clubber as well. So is his clubber. But it's one of them, right, where I think Strand Larsen is worth 40 million. I actually think if he comes to Leeds, he could have 2 really good years, and I think he's got the sell-on value. He's 25. I think we could buy him for 40, and he could potentially sell on for 60, 70. I think he's that sort of player. When you've got Votamende going to your version of Scum for 80, I don't think there's much between them, I won't lie. So I think it's a deal that really, I don't think Leeds need it now. I think it's a case of the opportunity is there now, and it might not be there in the summer. I look at it and go, get to summer, are Leeds really going to go, Metcha and DCL, we're happy with that? Because what's the chances of, don't get me wrong, I think DCL is brilliant, Wayne. I think he's one of the best strikers outside the top 6 or 7, right? If he's fit. But you're gambling. It's okay this season, we may have enough. But in the summer, you'd have to go again. And if that's a player we wanted in the summer and is available now, Wayne, and there's a deal to be done, that's why Leeds are looking at it. I mean, what's your thoughts on Strand Larsen? Have you read a bit about it? Because we've almost got him, and then a few rumours elsewhere with Forest and Palace, and I'm getting a bit nervy now, mate.
I think there's more noise coming out of Leeds about it, and I think if anybody goes anywhere, it will possibly to use. And I think I spoke on the show last week. I didn't rate him that well, but I haven't seen a great deal of him. But when I have seen him, he hasn't really impressed. And he's on a bad side at Wolves. you know, and getting the service. We're seeing the chances you create. He might go in there and score a shitload.
Exactly.
But I mean, Newcastle bid 60 million quid from at the start of the season, so clearly there's a lot of noise, and there must be a player in there. But like what you say, if there's a chance where the opportunity's there to get him at that price, then you've got to make it happen. If you miss out, then he goes somewhere else, and you know, if he goes to Forest or he goes to Palace, and he saves them from getting relegated, they'll be fucking hell on. You know what I mean? If that's the case.
Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, obviously, Mateta is rumoured to be joining Forest, which is a mad deal for Mateta. Like, I understand Forest, you know, in recent years have been decent. It looks a weird transfer for me to go, but then again, Palace are on the down as well, so whatever. But if they buy him, Palace need a centre forward, and obviously they're looking at Strand Larsen too, which I think they'll be more cash rich than Leeds United. I did a video yesterday about Strand Larsen. I sort of know somebody, have a bit of a source, whether it's right or not, you don't know, but Leeds are very, very keen on getting this done, obviously, and Leeds are very confident of getting this done in the next maybe 48 hours. Obviously, if Mateta goes through in that meantime, I get the feeling that Wolves are waiting to see what Palace come in with. I mean, if Palace come in and if they come in and better Leeds' money, which will be hard to do because we offer 39 in total way and we've put 33 down plus 6 in add-ons. The problem is the structure of the deal. We may be spreading that over 4 years. Palace may come and spread it over 3, and instantly they're in the driving seat. So that's the issue with that. And obviously the add-ons as well. It may be he's got to score 15 goals, or we've got to survive next year. They may not be achievable, whereas Palace may not do the add-ons. They might put 39 spread over 3 years with no add-ons. There's all sorts of permutations. So it's not a case now is 39 million or 40 million, and that's it, you know. And it's going to be it doesn't. It's a structure. And I genuinely think if Leeds go sign Strand Larsen, and I'm confident as it is, Wayne, that we'll stay up. But if Leeds sign Strand Larsen, that's just such a sign of intent that we're not going down. We're not looking down. We're only going one way. And it's the sort of deal that we don't really do. For me, we're in conversations, and I always think we're the bridesmaid, not the bride, when it comes to transfers. You know, we always seem to miss that. We had it in summer with Pajau. We had it on Harry Wilson on deadline day, which imagine if we'd have got him now, how good would have been this season with his form? Fucking hell, been unreal. But yeah, it sounds like it's a deal that we've only really got Palace probably, chasing us for that signature.
And I think from a Wolves perspective, they'll want to get rid of Binwar, won't they? They'll be wanting the two.
Exactly.
They'll be wanting whoever is fighting over them. So that's what they'll want. But I think, like what you've just been saying there, from a Leeds perspective, if you want them and want them that badly, just go and get him. If you've got the money, then they'll be pissing about, we found 5 million, just go and get him. If he's there at a price and you want him, go and get him.
Yeah, no, exactly, mate, exactly. We'll have to sell somebody, but they don't have to happen until June 30th. I don't think we've got that bit of legroom. So maybe we take that bit of a risk and then we kick the can down the road knowing that we've got that time frame then. Just a quick shout out, this 118 people watching. Please smash a like on the video. We're on 63. And obviously, I'll shout out at the end, but make sure you go check Wayne's channel out. Only Fools and SAFC. The best Sunderland channel in the business. And I'm not even being
too kind.
Biased. Yeah. I am a kind guy, mate. But yeah. Quicker, mate. Matty, did you see Ipswich have rumoured to put a bid in for Pirro? I did. Put a bid in. I mean, Ipswich are doing bits to get Dan Neil and then come in for Pirro. I mean, again, Pirro just guarantees your promotion. It guarantees it, doesn't it? And the hard thing about this is, mate, it sounds like it's been turned down by Pirro himself. And part of me is just thinking, Wayne, it's hard because you sign a contract and you want your players to be loyal, but you also, as a club, have to be loyal too. You've been willing to give him that contract. But part of me just thinking, just gently push him out the door. It's a tough one, Wayne, because he isn't going to play. Pirro's, no matter whether you love him, hate him, and well, no one hates him, but there's lots of fans where it's not fair. He hasn't played. Give him a chance. I get that. But I tell you what, Farke's not going to give him a chance. So we may as well have the money now and try, this. If Pirro want to leave tomorrow for Ipswich, that may be all we need just to guarantee the Strand Larsen deal, who will play minutes.
I mean, is he out of contract end of the season? Because I know we're in that similar type of boat with Dan Neil, where Dan Neil's out of contract end of the season. So, but he's gone there on loan, because he said he was to run his contract down. So he's gone there, and at the end of the season, he can negotiate what he wants. He could be in the Premier League with Ipswich. You never know, but that's the kind of scenario where we are with him. He refused to sign the contract, and so we've shut him out on loan.
Yeah, that's bad. That what would he, about 6 to 10 million player-ish, something like that. You may got for him, a couple of years in his contract.
West Ham had been supposedly linked with a £6 million bid for him.
Yeah, I've seen
before he went there. So it's annoying because that money is now down the drain. But he's like a game time. There's people think he should have been given a chance, but like Pirro, he was never going to get a chance because a lot of fans and the manager don't believe he's Premier League quality. But he hasn't been given the chance to prove that. To be fair to him, but the general consensus is he wouldn't be good enough at this level.
Yeah, no, I get that, mate. I know with Pirro, I think he's got 18 months left. He's played 2 years at Championship, so he's played 2.5 years at Leeds. I presume he'll sign a 4-year deal, I would imagine. So, yeah, I haven't heard any rumours that he's out of contract this summer. I think he must have 18 months on, which is still getting, which still drags your value down, doesn't it? You know what I mean? So, I think it's probably prime time to sell him now. Plus, with Pirro, he's going to sit on bench for the next 4 or 5 months and not get no game time. So, you just depreciate an asset, aren't you? You're just losing money every time they sit on bench and don't get out pitch.
And as a player, like, what do you want? Do you want to sit on the bench and get Premier League wages, or do you want to go and play football? It all depends on the player, doesn't it? Like you've seen it time after time that players are quite happy not playing but picking up fucking loads of money, which is like, where's your ambition? What do you want to do as a footballer? It's a short career. If you want to go and play games, then go somewhere else. You're still going to get decent money anyway.
Yeah, no, that's it, mate. And not only up front, but Leeds need a left back. I say that, but I mean, James Justin, you saw him yourself yesterday filling at left back. He played bloody brilliant yesterday. Really, I mean, Gabby Goodmanson's rumoured to be out for maybe at the very worst 3 more games, but it might only be Arsenal. Depends. He's doing better than expected, but I mean, we're very threadbare at left back. We've only got James Justin, who's a right footer, which isn't ideal. I think against Arsenal, Wayne, weirdly, with him being more solid defensively than a Goodmanson and also a right-footed, I actually think that helps defending against someone like Saka. Right. He's going to go and try and cut in on his left, and he's naturally going to be able to go with him. So I actually think against Arsenal, it may be better because you're not going to want someone bombing on and leaving Saka open. So, but obviously, it is a position that Leeds have identified. We've been linked with Ben Chilwell, which I'd like, but I don't think he'll happen. Yeah, I mean, he's at Strasbourg playing starting game. Yeah, but he's starting games. I don't think he's going to come to Leeds as cover, but it all comes out of homesickness and stuff, doesn't it? I don't know. But Leeds need a striker, or we want a striker, that's for sure. That's what the club have got at the top of the list. And left-back cover, which I think is probably the easiest deal to do when you're just getting left-back cover. It could be a loan from a top 4 side, potentially, or, maybe last moments at window, a few dominoes fall. But that's what Leeds are looking to do. What's that?
We've got Helder, you can have him back.
No, thanks, mate. I can't believe, right, we sold you Helder and Paveda about 18 months ago, 2 years ago.
Well, and Huggins, now Huggins is there and all if you want him back.
To be fair, mate, I like Huggins, but yeah, he's not so hot now, is he? But he was all right at one point.
He's at Wickham on loan. You just kind of keep him fit. Only when he plays, he's a good player.
Wigan or Wickham?
Wickham,
fucking hell, he's falling off fucking face earth. He was all right at one point. But yeah, I can't believe we sold you those sort of players not that long ago, and now you're top 10.
I shafted us there, but just on DCL, based on the first half of the season, what he's had, no injuries, do you think he's now over them injury problems? I mean, watching him last night, he looks fit as out. He doesn't look like a player who's playing with that injury worry in the back of his mind. He looks like he's playing with a bit of freedom. So do you think he's past them problems now?
You've got to say so. I mean, he played for Everton. I think he played 24 games last season, 22 before that. Then he had 2 really bad seasons where I think he was down in teens in terms of his game amount of games he played. So I think he's steadily been building up, and now obviously he's coming at Leeds. He's fallen in love with place. You can see, just like Jaka has at your place, he's fallen in love with it. You can see the fans with a chance and the synergy between the fans and him. They love him. We adore him already. And I think he's playing his best football. His body looks to be holding up to the scrutiny. Obviously, we've got other options in terms like Metcher, but predominantly as a starter, DCL is it. And the fact that he's churning out game after game. He hasn't finished many games when he played full 90 the other night, but he predominantly comes off on around 75, 80 minutes, maybe to protect him. Leeds I think Farker's really good at, I say managing minutes. Some players don't get any fucking minutes. So he's minute managing, but he's minute managing Sinaka willing on those minutes. But he's really good. I think I've had a lot of players come with injury worries a lot, and we've managed them really well, even back to Championship days with Sam Byram, Solomon last season, and whether it's Farker, whether it's the medical team, I think we're really good at getting players through minutes, whether that's a tailor-made sort of training through the week, different to the side. I don't know what we're doing, but we're keeping as players fairly injury-free, the people that have come with injury worries. So you just got to go off what we've seen. We all know Calvert-Lewin's brilliant. If he continues in this vein of form, he should be on the plane for England. And I think it'd be daft not to, as an alternative to Harry Kane, if what happened to him is the best replacement for me in terms of profile. But I mean, what are we now? 20-odd games in. He's started most of them. I'd have to say so, and I'd have to say, he is over him currently, mate. And long may it continue. He's in his prime now, 28 years of age. And there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity to win. I'm a little bit, well, not nervy, but imagine if someone come in at summer with 25 million quid.
That's what I'm thinking. If he stays fit the rest of this season, and who knows what happens in the summer, because then he's proved himself, then somebody comes in with a massive bid.
No, exactly. It might be hard to turn down with PSR these days. A lot of people sell the best players, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully he can have a decent career at Leeds United, because I think he deserves a bit of luck, because, like I say, he seems a nice guy, mate. He's a lovely guy. Never had no bother with him. He likes doing his little modelling shoots now and again, which is a little bit of banter, mate. He wears a skirt better than our last does, but don't tell him I said that. But yeah,
Mike, give me these. You fancy wearing some of these?
Yeah, come model your gear, mate. Come model your gear. Let's have before we sort of move on, let's have a quick look at Leeds United's upcoming games, mate, because I really want to get your opinion on what you think we look like as a landlord. So obviously we've got Arsenal next at home, Forest at home, back-to-back home games, brilliant, but very, very tough next game against Arsenal. Mate, our next 5 or 6 are really tough. I mean, I'm sort of looking at this, and a lot of Leeds fans have said, and I sort of go along with it, but it'll still be very nervy. But if we can get to playing you on March 3rd and still be outside the relegation zone, which sounds mad because we're 6 points clear with a substantial goal difference. But if Leeds can get to Sunderland outside the bottom three, even if we're a point in front, then a lot of people are confident. Because look, after that, we've got Sunderland at home, Palace, Brentford, Man United, Wolves, Bournemouth, Burnley, Spurs and Brighton. And then I think we've got West Ham as well. West Ham. So you look at that run after City, it's very tough these next 5 win. But after that, I know you're going to say we got bloody Sunderland as well, but after that, that is a very favourable last 9 or 10 games for me. So if we can stay outside that relegation zone, I mean, if we've still got a 6-point gap, come Man City, I think we're in dreamland. But it's a very, very tough run these next 5. I mean, looking at that, how many points from your side of things do you think Leeds are getting? If you're honest, not very many.
That's a very, very tough run. Arsenal will be smart enough to getting beat against Man United at the weekend, so they'll be wanting to put that right. So that's a very difficult game. And you'll be hoping you kind of give them the same type of game we did. 9 games at easy Ellen Road, I think. But I think you're probably looking draw at best against them. Forest is a game that you should be targeting to win for me. That's the massive game in that run for me.
It's a must-win, that, isn't it? That has to be a must-win when you look at those. Yeah,
that's a must-win. Chelsea's one of them where, as we proved, you can go in there and catch someone off you can get something there. But you've got to think that to defeat Aston Villa, the way they're playing, tough place to go into at the minute. They're on fire. Man City, again, inconsistent, hitty-missy. Us, I don't know. You never predict which way we're going to play. I mean, as Leeds fans, the way our away form is, you'll be super confident that you'll turn us over. So, but the Palace game, I would say, 3 points there. Brentford at home, 3 points there. But like you say, if you can get to that Palace game and take 4 points out of that, then that's a decent one, I think.
Yeah, it's a horrendous.
That is a really, really tough. I mean, I don't know what the them below you have got as well. Let's see what games they have, but that's a tough run.
I mean, let's just have a quick look at. I'm interested actually. Let's see what West Ham have got. Let's have a look at West Ham's next fair few games: Chelsea, Burnley, Man United,
Bournemouth. They've got a tough run and all.
Yeah, they have to be fair. Is it tough enough where they can gain 6 points on us? I mean, that is tough. Look at that, mate. That is tough. Right up to Wolves there. Right up to that Villa game. Chelsea, Burnley, Man United, Bournemouth. Liverpool, Fulham, City, Villa. Yeah, there's some. That ain't an easy run at all. That it ain't.
For me, they don't beat Chelsea, and Burnley at home are decent.
Yeah, I agree.
Man United under Carrick are playing unbelievable. Bournemouth are on the day. You know, they're a great side, score goals. They didn't let you rest. Liverpool away is a tough game. Fulham at home are decent as well. So
yeah.
I mean, I can't see them getting many points out of that lot, to be fair.
Yeah. Thank God for that. I'm glad I looked at theirs. I'm glad I looked at them now, Will. I'm not going to lie. I was shitting myself till I saw theirs. But yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, especially when you know the point side like us, mate, there's not many easy runs. You know, you may get a couple that aren't in top 6 or whatever. But what I will say is I take massive confidence from the fact that, you know, our last run, we've just gone on a run, mate, until recently where we played 9 of the top 10 all in a row. And we didn't get beaten, you know, until we played Newcastle. So it's a similar sort of run, not for as long, but our next 5 games are very similar to the run we've just been on. You know, we've just played. It feels like we played City. All those teams have played recently, bar Forest, you know, and Arsenal. So yeah, Chelsea, Villa, and City played really well in all 3 of them games, but only got the 3 points. But yeah, looking at West Ham, that's not as bad as I feared, to be honest. So I'll take it. Yeah, we've got to be positive, got to be confident.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I think like we've both been saying, your home form is key. If you can, even Arsenal, you pick a point up against Arsenal, it's a bonus point, and like we did, it's a bonus point. You get a point against City, it's a bonus point.
I'm really excited to see us against Arsenal as well. I mean, these, I say to you all the time, these at games, you shouldn't be fear these. These at games, you should be excited to, as a fan, go watch your team pit yourself against. And because, like I've told you many times, Wayne, I feel like Leeds this season, you can sort of cut into 2 halves. And I don't feel like with the side we were, you know, game week 1 to 10 or 11, but we played Arsenal second game of the season and got thumped. Right. So it's a really good sort of measuring stick now to see where we are. I know it's at home, but I don't foresee it being a 4-5-0 game. I'd be stunned.
I don't think it is anywhere near that. Like I say, you were a completely different side to them. Honestly, I think at this moment in time, if I was to pick a 3rd team to get relegated, I'd be picking Crystal Palace because they're in absolute fucking disarray.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, obviously, they're going to be hoping they get Strand Larsen, but even selling Mateta, all of a sudden, lost Gahey, lost Mateta. Manager's going at some point. Wharton's rumoured to be going. You know, all of a sudden, that's a sinking ship.
He suspended me for 3 games now. He got sent off, didn't he, the weekend?
Yeah, he did. So, I mean, that you look at it and think, if Leeds can get Strand Larsen, and, you know, that could be the final nail in their coffin, that, you know, when you look at it and go, wow, Forest have strengthened, Leeds have strengthened, and Nick, the player you wanted, and the players you've lost, they really are falling, aren't they? It's
where they're going to get goals from. They've got no other goals on the side.
No, they haven't. Yeah, true. Let's get into a few of these comments. Skip said here earlier, stat going around, we've dropped 15 points from many positions, 8 points dropped in the last 5 minutes, and extra time is scary.
That's nuts.
It's crazy. It's game management, not just on Farker as well, but on the players. Just you need to be able to see games out when you've got the opportunity. It's so difficult to score a goal in Premier League. I sort of feel when we've a lot of times this season we've not sort of valued the lead we've got. You know, we've sort of had it and thrown it away. So easy to score against us at times, but so hard for us to score up until, you know, recently, especially. And I feel like when you get that goal, you've got to hold on to it and do better. I mean, we scored and conceded instantly. You watch the Newcastle game with with a lot of hatred at the end of the game for them, watching them celebrate, mate. But you watched
unbelievable, honestly. It's like, what the fuck? What a game. But you like all this, like you did it. Was it Fulham? Did you lose it? Conceded. Bournemouth, another last kick of the game. Like them types of things are so frustrating for you. Like, where would you have been? Like you said at the start, where would you have been if you'd picked them points up?
That's what I mean. I mean, it feels like we should be higher, be what we're seeing. And you say the way we play, you know, we probably should be a bit higher. But it's moments like that. It's that fine line between getting 3 or getting a point, you know, or getting a point and losing. Such a fine line. The Leeds game, I said earlier, mate. Roofs, Jaka, Mukulele, Hume, Lafay, Alderete, Sadiq, Ballard, Mandava, Isidore, Gertrude. This is Sunderland's most used 11 players this season. Wayne, is this your best 11? Well, it won't because he's got Lafay in, but I'll let Wayne talk about that.
for me, if everybody's fit, Hume doesn't get in the side. Isidore doesn't get in the side either. Gertrude's not getting many minutes. So our best side, I would probably say at the moment, is probably Roos in goal. It would be Mukiele, Ballard, Alderete, Ryanildo, Jaka, Sadiq, probably Traore on the right. The left-hand side is a massive issue. If I had to play anybody, I would shoehorn Lafayette into that left-hand side purely because,
Ooh.
well, maybe Talby. If Talby comes good, Talby on the left-hand side, and then Brobby up front.
Agree.
So with like a strong bench of Geertruida, Hume for me, this is what I keep on saying, right? You cannot keep on picking players, or you can't keep defending players because they're getting us where we are. If they're not good enough, then they're not good enough, unfortunately. And sentiment only gets you so far in football. Hume is a great player. He gives it all every game. But for me, in the core like today, he's not good enough to be able to start 11 if everybody's fit.
Yeah,
but it's all about
I agree with that.
It's all about the
of course it is, mate. Of course it is. Like you say, it's a squad game, and you're always going to have a dip in quality when you've got to sort of bring those bench players in. A fully fit Sunderland side, and some of those players are getting nowhere near it. Just to sort of touch on Diarra, obviously he's come back. He still hasn't got into his full fitness, full groove for you guys. Do you expect him to have a decent second half of the season, mate? With every bit you've seen.
I hope so. He came on Saturday, and
Arthur loves it. Arthur loves it.
He came on Saturday and was a difference. To be fair, he brought a bit of energy in the team and was. There's the banter. Love it. He brought a bit of energy. He was involved in the goal. He tries to get us up the pitch, which I like. And I think he will be good. But it just depends how many minutes Lebree wants to give him. At the minute, even though, like I said, Lafayette for me doesn't get in that midfield in a strongest 11, we might not see the best of Diarra until probably next season. So Lafayette, on current form, will probably keep his place anyway because he's our most creative player at this moment in time.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm just seeing a comment here, mate, that says, hold on, let me address that one. Thomas Frank, no. I think if we stay up, you give Farker another go. I know a lot of fans are saying, cut your losses. If you stay up, thank you, and pat him on the back and bring someone else in. And I love Thomas Frank, but at the minute, if we were to replace Farker, I'd want somebody who's flying currently in their managerial job, and he's not at the minute, and I do like him. John Pepper, I'll bring this up now because, we're intrigued. Actually, there's some honking fixtures. So Spurs have got City, Man United, Newcastle, Arsenal, Fulham away. Their next 5 are atrocious.
Fucking hell. How far above you?
Oh, that is atrocious. Where are we? Let's have a look. Premier League table. So they're on.
Oh, yeah.
33. No, where are the points? Where are we?
28,
look at it wrong bit. 28. Yeah, 28. We're on 26. Yeah, it's a little bit gutting that our runs are so tough as well because that's a honking
that's
run of form for them. Yeah, that really is good. I could see them losing all, maybe 3 or 4 of those 5, if not more. So interesting. Only 12 points between 5th and 17th this season. It's fucking bonkers. Yeah, it's been great. And we come up with the idea for the show, bridging the gap. If no one doesn't know, if you can see just at the top of the screen there, Michael Bridges played for both clubs. Bit of a spin on that, but can 2 promoted side, obviously Burnley as well, but we didn't want to bring no fucking Burnley's on the way, it's just a win. But can 2 sides coming up from the EFL to the EPL, can they bridge that gap? Can we do it? And obviously it's been quite a hard show to do at times, even though I love Wayne, because let's be fair, Sunderland have well bridged it. They bridged it in the transfer business. They made sure they were ready to get out the blocks. Leeds was so sloppy getting out the blocks. Our start to the season sort of mirrored our end to the window for me, quite laboured. And like I say, we've only just got up to speed, 2-3 months into the season. And that's why we're lagging. I think, if we'd have had the formation, the tactics, the personnel, everything, what we've got now, maybe at the start of the season, maybe wouldn't have lost to Forest, maybe wouldn't have lost to Burnley multiple times.
Right.
But I do love how 2 sides have gone up there, and really, really sort of, I always say, stick it to the man. But even the other sides, the division this season, Wayne, anybody can beat anyone, can't they? It's been a fantastic Premier League for me. Maybe people say low quality to something, but it's been a competitive league, regardless if you love the football or not.
That's it. And I think in recent years, the fact is the teams that have getting promoted have almost accepted they're getting relegated before they kick the ball.
Yep.
And I think that the owners have accepted they're going to get relegated, like your Lutons and that sort of stuff. They've said, we're here to enjoy the season. We're going to go back down. We'll get the parachute payments and we'll have a go the season after. Whereas we've had a right go to kick on and stay there. And it's refreshing to see. And even all the pundits have all said that they suddenly start to give us credit about how we have gone about things this season, which long overdue.
Yeah, apart from Shearer, who hates you.
but apart from Shearer, it was just a tit. Yeah.
Yeah, Steve, you're right. Our Spurs ever recognised as a big club to many people.
Right.
Like,
Last few seasons have been shocking.
We're going to go make a Super League. Yeah, I bet you want to, mate. Like, fucking before you start playing Wickham in a few seasons. Absolutely shite, man. Absolutely shite. Fark and Glasner won last the season, in my opinion, says the Leeds gamer. Oh, Frank, sorry. Frank
and Glasner.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Glasner will be going at the end of the season, won't he? But yeah, I mean, you look at them two and think they shouldn't be where they are, but it is what it is. Spurs v City, Leeds, Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham. This season, some good ones. Harry Gray scored tonight as well. Harry Gray's gone out on loan, hasn't he, to Rotherham. Some men's football for the young lad. Hopefully he comes back. And maybe it's hard at 17-year-old Wayne to. It's not like the good old days where they used to get given a chance. It's hard these days to with the money involved in football. I mean,
Chris Rigger, our next big superstar, but he's never getting a kick this season.
How do you get him into a Premier League side? How do you get him into a Prem side?
For me, like Chris Rigg, he's not the player that people thought he is, or he hasn't kicked on. For me, I think another season in the Championship would have done him a world of good. But at that age, people want to see him do well because he's a local lad. He's come through the ranks and he's tipped to be the next big thing. But you've seen it yourself in some of these Premier League sides. The 17-year-olds now, first-team regulars, and they are really good players. So,
yeah, big time. I said when you look at Archie Gray for Leeds at Championship last season.
Aye.
Slotted in at right back. Sounds daft, but sort of out the way at right back. I don't want to play his role down, but you get what I mean? There's a bit of a difference between being right back for Leeds at Championship to being a centre forward for the Premier League side. Like, there's nowhere to hide as a centre forward. You go 2 goals without scoring, people are questioning you. So, Harry Gray for Leeds, I don't know when he breaks into the side. Hopefully, we have an established Premier League side. I mean, if we went down this season, I reckon Harry Gray plays minutes for us at Championship at 18 years old. But I don't know where he gets his opportunity, but I tell you what, I'm excited for it. And like I say, with Chris Rigg or anyone coming through, you have that moment of excitement where I know you've seen Chris Rigg not do it now. We've not seen Harry Gray not do it yet. So we've still got that buzz around a talent that hopefully goes to place for England as the next big thing, for Leeds.
But to defend Chris Rigg, when he has played, he's played him out of position, played him on the right wing. He's not a right winger. So, it's bad enough to play him, to chuck him in at this level, but then play him out of position. He's on a hiding and out, and it just makes him look bad. So there's that argument as well.
Yeah, no, 100%, mate. Right then, there's 133 people watching, 95 likes. Please smash us 5 likes. More. Let's get us 100. More. Let's get us 100 likes on this video. Right then, before we go, score predictions. So give me your prediction for Leeds versus Arsenal, Wayne. And we won't lynch you. We know where it's going.
Oh, that's a difficult game. I see Arsenal will be smart. And if I had to pick one, I'd probably say it. Leeds 1, Arsenal 2.
Hey, competitive that, mate.
Let
me guess, Wayne. Do we go 1 up as well, then lose more points?
probably tap the lead and spot them in action. But I like to say, I think you will give them a game like we did at home. You still give anybody a game, so different. Night would be a good game to watch.
Yeah, it will, mate. Hopefully, we can get some. Right, Sunderland at home to Burnley. Come on,
we've got to bounce back. I think we will win, and I'm going to go 2-0. I don't think Burnley will score. I know they've had a couple of good results recently, but I just think we'll have too much for them. I think at home, if we get the tactics and team set up, I think 2-0.
Do you think, mate, if you were to lose this game, regardless of playing well or not, if you were to lose this, do you think that'll start to show a bit of a slide now, if you're honest, if you lose to Burnley?
I think if we lose to Burnley, then that will be a really, really bad result for us. There's already been a bit of negativity around this week. If he picks the same team that played on Saturday, fans will not be happy. And if the result doesn't go our way, then you know how quick things turn in football. You're only as good as your last result. So it's a one of them where I don't know what to say a must win, but it's a vitally important game to bounce back from because we've got them 2 wild games afterwards. So it's a one of them where we have to win, I think.
Yeah, it's like you say, I don't think you're going for Europe, even though you're close.
No,
so it's not a must win because if you lose, you're still well placed. Right. But in terms of keeping that momentum and belief going that you're going to continue to have a good season, it feels a must win. If you lose this, it'll feel massive for you, won't it? So I get that.
We're not at that 40-point mark yet. These are the games to get us to that 40-point mark. So these are the type of games that you have to win. So
I agree. Like I say, you can't go. You don't want to go this season, do you, against Burnley and not beat them. You know, out of 2 games.
Exactly.
So it's a big one for that. Right then, Leeds v Arsenal. I hate doing this way, but I'm so confident that I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 1-1, right? But chances are we'll lose. But I'm gonna go 1-1. And I think you guys, I'm gonna go for you to have a bit of an emphatic win. I'm gonna go you win 3-0. I've just got a feeling that you're gonna blow away cobwebs. I really do. I feel like this is a game where I don't see Burnley coming and causing you problems. I think you'll get that clean sheet you were used to having. I think you've been defensively great and it's gone out of window. I think Burnley's a great opportunity to get that clean sheet. And I think, with Broby in form, Lefay after that penalty miss coming about. Yeah, I can see you scoring a few. So I'm going to go 3-0. 3-0 you. And it would be nice for you to do that without Jaka inside, just to sort of show it's not all about that player.
Well, that's it. Just to make sure we are not that one person, that one-man team, which will be good to see.
Exactly. Sunderland are 11-5, said already. Top 11 will be safe this season. Leeds will be Arsenal 2-1. Oh, I love that, John. Leeds to Arsenal 1, Nigel. Biased. Gary Hoyle. Sunderland v the Clarets 3-0. Right then, 126 people, and we've hit 107 likes. Love you all. You absolute legends. Nigel, 3-1 Sunderland. Yeah, everyone's fancying against Sunderland, pal. Right then, everyone, please do me a favour. Anyone that isn't subscribed to Wayne, get over to Wayne's channel, give him a sub. Even if you don't watch any of his shows at all, every other Tuesday, we're on there chatting Leeds Sunderland anyway. So you'll see me over there if you don't ask. Make sure you do it. Love you a bit, Wayne. Top guy. Have you got a vlog coming up for Burnley? You'll be vlogging it?
Yes, I'll be doing a match preview tomorrow and I'll be doing a match day vlog on Saturday. They've gone down quite well on Monday, so they've gone down quite well. I've actually, there's a couple who are Sunderland fans, they're from Lincoln, and they reached out to me not last week, the week before, and they want to meet us up here, so they're coming up from Lincoln, and I'm going to meet them before the game, so they'll be on the vlog as well to get a bit cracking, a bit banter.
Check you out. Check you out. Get in there, mate. I love hearing that. That's class. Well done, mate. Absolutely class channel. Great show. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please like, please subscribe. Thanks for all your comments. It's difficult when we're having a chat and we've got over 100 people and to get through them all. So sorry that I haven't been able to massively focus on the chat like I do like doing. Thanks, lads. Love this collab. Thanks so much. Means a lot. And hopefully we can continue doing it because Leeds will also be a Premier League side next season. We'll leave it on that.
Also, as well, just add, didn't forget, like the Sunderland fans, subscribe to Matty as well. Matty is doing absolutely fantastic. He's just getting past 5,000 subs. He's absolutely flying at the minute. Everything he's doing is turning to gold. So keep watching him, keep subscribing, and he's doing great stuff. Great channel. So well done, Matty.
Oh, cheers, my mate. You're a good one. You're a good one. Not bad for a Sunderland fan. We'll take it. Now, love you, Mackens. Take care, boys. Good night. Cheers, Bill. Right, everyone. Thanks so much. Take care, and we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.